In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 MLB games happening on October 1st, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Oakland Athletics versus Seattle Mariners. We have an American League West showdown on Saturday afternoon between the Oakland Athletics and the Seattle Mariners in the middle game of their 3-game set at T-Mobile Park. Rookie southpaw J.P. Sears will get the bow and is coming off of a losing effort against the New York Mets, where he gave up 6 runs on 8 hits with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts in just 3.2 innings of work. The Mariners will send righty Luis Castillo to the mound and is coming off of a no-action against the Kansas City Royals, where he threw 5.1 innings and allowed 5 runs on 7 hits with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. The Athletics are 17-36 in their last 53 road games and 17-37 in their last 54 overall. The Mariners are 5-2 in their last 7 home games and 23-8 in their last 31 during Game 2 of a series. The under is 5-2 in Athletics' last 7 road games. The under is 37-17-2 in Mariners' last 56 home games. The Athletics are 3-10 in the last 13 meetings in Seattle and 7-21 in the last 28 meetings. There will be a heck of an energy in T-Mobile Park and the home team locker room, with the Mariners on the verge of their first playoff appearance in over 20 years, or having clinched if they win Friday night. On paper, Seattle doesn't exactly have the toughest challenge in the A's to potentially overtake the top wild card spot. Oakland enters Friday 1-6 in their last 7 games and 1-4 in their last 5 on the road. As part of their current 4-game losing streak, they were swept by a fellow bad team, the Angels, and were outscored a combined 25-10 in that span. The A's have been at or near the cellar of the MLB all season long and present an overall favorable matchup for a stronger and hungry Mariners team. The Mariners have put up some big numbers on the scoreboard lately. In their last 10 games entering Friday, Seattle has scored 52 runs for an average of 5.2 runs per game. Among those games were performances of 9, 6, 12, and 10 runs. This feast or famine run has an average and a ceiling that the A's just can't keep up with. Among American League ranks, Oakland is last or second to last in at-bats, hits, runs, batting average, OBP, slugging, OPS, and total bases. Seattle's overall strength in the pure matchup over Oakland, combined with their added energy in this game, should lead to the Mariners running up the score. So the Seattle Mariners to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the pitchers during the second half of the regular season, these pitchers have been giving up some runs, as J.P. Sears is 3-3 with a 5.4 earned run average and a .292 batting average against in 10 games, while Luis Castillo is 4-2 with a 3.39 earned run average and a .236 batting average against in 11 starts thus far. Both offenses have been doing very well in their last 25 games, as the Athletics are scoring 4.08 runs per game. These pitching staffs have been struggling in their previous 5 games, as Oakland has a 6.21 team earned run average, while Seattle has a 6.07 team earned run average in that span. It feels like on any given day, the Mariners can put up a touchdown and maybe even a field goal for good measure. A team on that kind of run will always look good for the over. The starting pitching matchup in this game certainly lends itself to run production, leading to the game total going over. J.P. Sears will get the start for the A's. He is not exactly in great form, as he has allowed 5+ runs in 3 of his last 4 starts. His counterpart will be Luis Castillo starting for the Mariners. That sounds great, except for the fact that Castillo has been a bit vulnerable himself lately. Castillo finds himself in an inconsistent run. Somewhat surprisingly, the A's have hit him well to the tune of 8 earned runs in 9.2 innings across 2 starts. This one has all the makings for another high total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Twins versus Detroit Tigers. This Saturday, the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers will play Game 2 of this 3-game series. The first pitch will be thrown out inside Comerica Park. The last time that these two teams matched up, the Twins ended up stealing 2 of 3 games. The Minnesota Twins are coming into this one after winning their previous series against the Chicago White Sox. The Twins looked great on the mound in the first 2 games as they shut out the White Sox in Game 1. They will need their pitching to stay hot if they want to take care of business on the road. The Detroit Tigers are entering this one after sweeping the Kansas City Royals. This was their second consecutive sweep, as they have been seeing the ball great at the dish. They scored 10 runs in the final game of their series against the Royals. The Minnesota Twins are 77-80 this season and have won 3 of their last 4 games. Minnesota won Game 1 of this series by a score of 7-0 on Friday night. The Minnesota pitching staff has a 4 earned run average, a 1.25 WHIP, and a .243 opponent batting average this season. The Twins offense has scored 677 runs with a .249 batting average and a .318 on base percentage. Carlos Correa is batting .287 with 22 home runs and 63 RBIs for the Twins this season. The projected starter for Minnesota is Dylan Bundy, who is 8-8 with a 4.93 earned run average and a 1.29 WHIP over 135 innings pitched this season. The Detroit Tigers are 63-93 this season and have won 6 of their last 7 games. Prior to losing Game 1 of this series, Detroit won all 3 games in their series against Kansas City. The Detroit pitching staff has a 4.05 earned run average, a 1.3 WHIP, and a .247 opponent batting average. The Tigers offense has scored 529 runs with a .231 batting average and a .286 on base percentage this year. Javier Baez is batting .239 with 16 home runs and 63 RBIs for the Tigers this season. The projected starter for Detroit is Drew Hutchison, who is 3-9 with a 4.54 earned run average and a 1.46 WHIP over 101 innings pitched this season. Minnesota is 1-4 in their last 5 Saturday games and 5-10 in their last 15 games. The over is 4-1 in Minnesota's last 5 Saturday games. Detroit is 6-1 in their last 7 games and 6-1 in their last 7 games against the American League Central. The over is 4-1 in Detroit's last 5 Saturday games. Minnesota is 5-1 in these two teams' last 6 head-to-head meetings. The starting pitchers will tell us the beginning of what we need to know, and Dylan Bundy is 4-5 with a 5.42 earned run average in 16 games on the road this season, while Drew Hutchison is 1-8 with a 5.12 earned run average in 16 home games thus far. Looking at the offenses in the previous few weeks have shown the Tigers to be better, as Minnesota is scoring 3.71 runs in their last 14 games, while Detroit is averaging 4.83 runs in their previous 12 games. All in all, go with the Detroit Tigers to pick up a home W in this game and continue their hot stretch of games. So the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. Looking at the starters in the previous 7 starts for them, both pitchers are getting hit way too much. Dylan Bundy is 1-3 with a 6.03 earned run average and a 1.5 WHIP in 31.1 innings, while Drew Hutchison is 2-3 with a 5.14 earned run average and a 1.43 WHIP in 35 innings of work. I know people have been down on batting average, but there is a huge plus, as the Tigers are 3rd in the sport with a .293 team batting average, while the Twins are 5th in MLB with .289 team batting average in the last 7 days. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started.